What's going on, everybody? Week 3 of the KFL is in the books. We've got some teams that are doing really well. We've got some teams that are keeping their head above water, and we've got some teams that the ship is sinking, unfortunately. But we're going to get into all that, and what a week it's been. It was the summer fishing pattern is definitely in full effect all across the country. We've had a lot of struggles today on the water, and we've had a lot of successes today on the water. It's been absolutely awesome to see. Here at KFL, this league is just growing. And like I said in the afternoon session where I was live with you guys, this season is starting to form its own identity. We're starting to get some players that are becoming stars of the league. We've got some teams that are becoming kind of semi-dominant. And it's really cool to see. It's really cool to watch. And, man, it was awesome to sit behind the camera and watch things unfold today as they happened. This morning we had some really, really close matchups. We had 2 super close matchups, and we'll get into those. And then we also had a couple of matches that weren't even close. We had some we had a match at the end of the day to where some fish were submitted late, to where we had a big lead by a team, and another team made a little comeback. So we're going to get into all that. And we're going to talk to these anglers and talk about their week. Waiting on Robert Brown to come on with me. He said he'd be coming in soon. But guys, first and foremost, would definitely love to give a shout out to our sponsors. We're never going to go short on that. So first and foremost, Ray's Eyewear, Brian Whitehouse. Go check them out. Ray'sEyewear.com. They've got all kinds of glasses for him, her. They have overlay glasses for people that have prescription prescription glasses that they already wear. They got a bigger size, a smaller size to fit and try to accommodate those anglers on the water, or maybe golfer or whatever you would be to get in a nice pair of sunglasses. They're definitely priced way below what they should be. But Ray'sEyewear.com, go check them out. They've even got some floating glasses, the HD lenses. The polarization is top notch. But go check out Ray's Eyewear, and we like to thank Ray's for being a title sponsor of the KFL. Also, Tour Stafford. For those of you guys that don't know, Virginia is a beautiful state, and Stafford County and Stafford, Virginia is a very beautiful place. There's all kinds of things to do there, and for you guys that are looking for maybe a family vacation or a nice getaway somewhere on the East Coast within a couple-hour drive, or whether it be, coming across country to hang out and do other things, check out Stafford, Virginia, and Tour Stafford. Tons of things to do. You got the mountains that are close by, rivers, you have the ocean close by, you got battlefields, you got a lot of history. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. So check out Tour Stafford, and we like to thank Tour Stafford for what they do for us. And one thing I'd like to do here is I'm going to play this commercial for Stafford, and we're going to get into KFL Tonite with myself, and I'm thinking Robert Brown, and we're going to get these anglers in here, and we're going to talk about what happened today on the water in KFL Week 3. We'll be right back.
The roots of history run deep through Stafford, Virginia. We've raised leaders, featured artists, and honored those heroes among us. We've learned from the battles fought, and we look to the future with hope. We take this time to focus on what makes us exceptional. while constantly remembering where we came from. We're always open to fresh ideas and innovation and savor all of the flavor at our fingertips. We find inspiration in our craftsmanship, and there's always a hidden gem around every corner. Find yours. Rediscover Stafford.
And that's a little commercial that we got for you guys for Tour Stafford. So, like I said, go check them out. But we're going to get into this. I think Robert's having a little technical difficulties, and that's okay. We can run this, and we'll have a good time with it. First and foremost, guys, the very first match that we're going to talk about was one of the closest matchups of the day. That is going to be the West Virginia Appalachian Anglers went into Indianapolis Knights home territory. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's Lake Manitou. We're going to get Sam Jones to clarify that for me. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. But, man, we're going to bring these anglers on, and we're going to talk about this matchup and what a matchup it was, and wait until you guys hear about how close this was. So we got Sam Jones, Mike Elsey, Chris Schaefer. Oh, Robert Brown. What's up, Robert? How you doing, man? So hey, we're just getting to talk about this matchup. Guys, what team's Adam Murray on?
Indianapolis.
Okay, yeah, let's get him in here because I think he's the star of the show, huh?
Yeah.
So we have we've got Chris Schaefer here representing the West Virginia squad. Chris, coming to you first, man. How was the trip over to Indiana? And man, how do you enjoy the fishery over there, and what Indianapolis had to offer?
Well, the fishery didn't treat me very well, but my cousin and a couple of the other teammates did pretty good. So it's a beautiful lake, nice little community. So we enjoyed it. We stayed at the campground about 10 minutes away from the lake, and it was all just a real nice place.
Nice. Now, what was working for you guys out there fishing? I mean, you guys put up a good number today, and you guys were right there in the mix with Indianapolis on their home water, and it had to feel good to be in the mix in a dogfight with those guys out there.
Yeah, we had guys spread all over the lake. Really, I mean, fishing differently. We had my cousin was. Working a really shallow bite. And then we had some guys that were fishing some deeper areas of the lake with some success. So, it was really just a mix of everything.
All right. And, man, you guys showed up and you guys showed out good. Sam, tell us about what your squad was doing out there, man, and tell us if it worked out the way you thought it would, and tell us about your time out there on the water.
Man, some things definitely worked out the way we thought they would. Other things, not so much. It was one of those things we talked about on the broadcast earlier today. We had guys doing a lot of different things. We had a lot of different plans, similar to what Chris just said. Hats off to them. I mean, we saw them in practice. We saw them on game day. They were in the right areas and they were doing the right things. It was a little bit of a tougher bite today. And so we had to make some adjustments. West Virginia was able to get off to that quick lead, very impressive. And so we started switching some things up and getting some things working. And then our MVP of the game, Adam down there, finally was able to get some of his fish firing off. And be able to put up some good fish pretty quick, which gave Mike and Brian and myself the opportunity to go around and try some different stuff that maybe wouldn't be as certain or guaranteed, but could potentially get us those big kicker bites. We knew we needed because West Virginia they were fishing hard, and they were putting up a good fight.
Yeah, guys, and I'm going to actually get into the matchup here. What a awesome matchup. 3 3/4 inches separated these two teams. But the Indianapolis Knights were able to get that dub and get on the board. I think officially now 1-2, if I'm not mistaken, guys. And that's a big step, getting that W, getting on the board, getting on the winner side of things. And, West Virginia, so close, man. You guys were right there. But that was a 167.25 to 163.50. And, man, I mean, it was an awesome day, for these guys. Mike Elsey, man, tell us about your day out there on the water.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
How you doing?
Today started out a little slower than what I anticipated. I did put one on the board pretty early, and then had a little bit of a dry spell, and realized that at that point in time we were down quite a ways behind the West Virginia. They got off to a really good start, so I switched gears. I mean, I know that lake pretty well, and by the way, it's Manitou, not Manitou.
Manitou. I got it. I won't get it wrong now.
That's all good. It's all good. So anyway, I made an adjustment, and like my second or third fish turned out to be a big fish of the day at an 18.5, and that helped the cause quite a bit. And I lost some big fish today. I mean, I didn't fish clean. I was doing things that was kind of a high risk, high reward type of deal, and that's just the way it goes sometimes. I lost some pretty good ones today. Could have been a difference in the score, and of course I did have make a little bonehead move towards the end of the day. I caught another good fish towards the end of the day, and I'm fishing multiple events, and when I caught that 18.5 earlier, of course I took the picture with the KFL ID in it, and then I switched my ID card to take another picture for a month-long tournament. Well, I forgot to switch my ID tag back to KFL when I caught that last fish at the end of the day, and so that one got DQ'd. But that was a goofball move. But I won't do that again.
Hey, so
we're up.
Is Lake Manitou? Is that one of you guys' home waters?
Yes,
it is. Do you have another matchup there this season?
All of our matchups are there.
All of our games are going to be there.
Oh, okay. I was actually going to get into asking you what it was that your high risk, high reward thing you chased today, but all your matchups are there.
We'll save that for the last one. How's that?
I get it. That's why I asked,
I'll spill it all in. It's all good.
So, for a question for all you guys, man. Today, while you're on the water, were there any environmental things or weather changes or any things that happened that made you have to adjust to what you were doing while you were out there?
Boat traffic.
Boat traffic was crazy here on Chesdon today. So yeah, I understand that, bro.
Yeah, 11 boats come in, and I think 10 or 11 of them came down right through my area and just ripped it all.
I felt
that. What you have to understand is this is a very small lake. It's maybe 800 acres. It's a small lake, so any boat pressure at all, it gets busy quick. Especially when it's got a community built around it. So you have a bunch of just local homeowners out there on the water. So you start adding in tournaments, and it does get busy pretty quick. But it's a cool fishery. It's a diverse fishery. Today, the big thing was the wind. Wind came, and you want wind out there, but it was pretty strong there for a while and made it difficult to.
The direction has a really.
Yeah.
Yeah, the direction of the wind on that particular lake really does make a big difference. I mean, it can be night and day out there. And nice days versus, inclement weather days does affect the boat traffic. It started to kind of get a little nice towards the middle of the day, and so then you have your
traffic kicked up.
Jet skiers and your skiers and your pleasure boaters and things like that, and then the clouds came back in and they kind of hunkered down a little bit. So we were thankful for the clouds today and the a little bit of a rain just to keep that part of it down.
Yeah,
It's been a whole lot worse.
We've seen Sam Jones live, and he was talking about boat positioning, and that a lot of anglers out there that are maybe news, like, you don't understand how key boat positioning is when you're trying to pitch or flip into an area or cast at an area. So,
especially in a kayak.
Yeah, it's definitely pushing Sam around there.
Absolutely, yeah. And Adam, I mean, he's the epitome of that example today.
Mm-hmm.
He was able. The wind was absolutely his friend, and he was able to hold his position, anchor up, and the wind blew him and kept him just in line to make the exact right cast. I mean, it was set up just perfect. I'm so proud of him.
Yep.
What about you, Chris? Man, how was that lake out there for you? Did you see stuff you liked that reminded you of what you fished back home or whatnot?
That lake one wasn't much like what we had back home. I mean, there was a section there where most of our guys were at that was had a lot of vegetation in it, and so half of us went down that way, and the other half went towards the upper end of the lake. But you know, it's a pretty lake, but it's definitely if you don't have a lot of time on that body of water, it's I would call it challenging. I mean, you know, it took me a while to figure out what was going on out there.
Yeah, and that's key. Gotcha. That's key for, you know, Indianapolis to pick this lake. You know, is to have that home field advantage, and you want to make that key because you're hoping for those 3 wins at home, and then you're hoping to pick one off on the road. And I think that's key to maybe getting into the playoffs here. But Adam, man, tell us about your day. You had a good one out there. Just give us some insight on your day out there. Is he muted?
Adam, you might be muted, man. We can't hear you.
Is your mic connected?
No.
Drop out and come back in, Adam. He was unstoppable today. It was impressive. So hopefully he can get back in here and talk about what he did. But man, he found a pile of fish in practice, and he stuck with the game plan, and didn't give up on it, and it paid off big time. He didn't let all that boat pressure. I mean, he literally had guys casting over his line, like just driving right over the top of him.
Hear me?
There you go.
Perfect, brother.
I'm always that guy. I swear, I'm always that guy.
So, hey, just to clarify, are you Samuel on?
Yeah, so my
camp?
first name's Samuel, but I grew up being called Adam. So really, it's just a habit of me putting Adam Murray. So.
Yeah, I got you, man. Hey, 115-inch day, 7 of your team's 10 fish, man. That's an awesome day, man. Tell us about it.
So, yeah, like I was saying, during practice, all I did was graph, really. I think I hooked maybe 3 fish. And, I shook all my fish off. If I got bit, I shook it off. And basically, whenever I started today, I had 2 or 3 good schools marked. And I went out there this morning, and they were still there. And started casting. I think we had 30 minutes or so before that boat tourney launched out. So I go to my first school. I start casting, getting short. I got a couple short strikes, so I knew they was there. Well, then here comes the boats coming in, and they just whipped right through it, tore it all to pieces, and my bite just died for an hour and a half. So basically, I just stayed there and kept casting, and once I caught my first fish, it just seemed like it just fired that school off, and it was just one after another, and it was really good. They were just stuck in thick grass, and I had to work on getting pulled out of there. And once that school fired up, it was on.
Yeah, that's a heck of a day, man. Big congrats on that day, man. Looked like you had a lot of fun out there.
Yeah, and like Sam was saying, man, I had boats coming in. I had a couple guys come in, just go right over my line with the boat. And then there was one guy come in. He seen me catching fish, and he literally pulled up And I was kind of watching him like, man, this guy really ain't going to do this, is he? He just kept coming, kept coming. So I cast out his boat, just kind of like, hey, man, back off. You know, I'm fishing this area. He just goes ahead and casts right out over my line like, come on, man, like, get out of here. So I kind of raised my hands up a little bit, like, and he started laughing at me, and I kind of got a little heated, but he ended up pulling off, thankfully. And, yeah, I just basically sat there all day, fired on that school, and they fired up and hit.
Nice. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. Heck of a day out there, 115 inches, man.
Yeah, it was fun. Man. It was fun. I had a lot of fun out there.
Well, before we move on to the next matchup, guys, you guys have anything you want to say? Any sponsors you want to thank, and anything like that, man? Before we get move on,
I'd like to thank my sponsor, Blues Baits. He's really helped me out here lately. He's based out of New Mexico. He carries just about anything: jigs, crankbaits, soft plastics, terminal tackle, net. I mean, everything. And he's really helped me out. I'm a tournament director as well for some local tournaments, and he's just really offered up a lot of merchandise and stuff for my local club, and really helped us out. And we actually had an event with 41 anglers, and he came through and he ended up giving out enough stuff to I think it was like 25 people. He gave out like 10 all kinds of stuff, man. I just want to shout out. I appreciate that. You know, that's big for somebody to come out and just offer that up.
Awesome, man. That's awesome.
I need to definitely give a shout out to Power Pole. I swear up and down by boat control, and the Power Pole shallow water anchor definitely allows me to do that, especially for doing the type of fishing that I do.
Yeah, I got to stop talking about it and actually get one. That would have changed everything for me today. I would have definitely not lost a couple fish that I did if I had one of those power poles. So, the Indy Knights, we could work with you. So, no, but first off, hats off to West Virginia Appalachian Anglers. They came in and, they impressed us. They did well. We tried to pick a lake that would be fun and competitive, but also give us some of an advantage. And they made us work for it. So hats off to them. And Andy, just absolutely crushed it. I think he was your day one, overall leader, wasn't he? Or this week's overall leader, or close to.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely is.
41 inches.
Phenomenal. And to do that in Indiana, we're not known for fishing, right? We're not known for big fish and, that sort of thing. So to come to Indiana and beat out Texas guys, stuff like that. So hats off to you guys. Really impressive. And then huge shout out to our team sponsor, TRC Covers, for making everything possible for us and getting us out there and keeping our rods protected so we don't have to worry about that on the water. We can just go fishing.
Who you
guys got next week?
We're off for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks?
3 weeks.
Yeah, we got a bye next week, and then the week after, the league is off, and then, we don't have anything till August 7th.
August 7th, we get to go back on the road. We're going down to Neely Henry, see our buddies down there in Alabama.
That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a very important match for you guys. You got to get another W.
Yes,
you got
sir.
to get that 2-2.
They're all important from here on out. Absolutely, we got work to do.
What about you guys, Chris? Who's next up for you guys?
We go to Detroit next week. We'll be on St. Clair, so we got the Detroit guys.
You excited about that one? Have you fished St. Clair before?
None of us have ever fished St. Clair, so we're looking forward to it though.
And you're all smallmouth guys, so that one's probably going to be one to watch next week, people. That's going to be a good one to watch.
Go get you a couple days of pre-fishing in and find them, and have fun, enjoy it.
Yeah, we weren't mad when we saw Detroit's schedule and they picked us for the St. Clair.
Man,
so we were pretty happy about that.
That's awesome, bro.
Nice.
Is that one next weekend?
Yeah.
Yep,
I'm,
next
I'm-
weekend.
I'm off, man, so I'll be able to just watch you guys fish. Hell yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see those. I know well, I don't know because I haven't been there and caught them, but from everybody who I've watched, man, it's got tanks for smallies there. I mean, you heard Sam before the season started, he was talking about, you guys gonna put us in this backyard pond when you got St. Clair?
Yeah, still a little bitter. Fletcher's was awesome. Fletcher's awesome.
Fletcher's is a fun little place though.
It was.
It's fun.
But it ain't no St. Clair.
It ain't no St.
No,
Clair.
there's no place on earth like St. Clair.
Hey, Chris, I'm gonna be watching you guys, man. That's gonna be a fun one to watch. Everybody who's watching, make sure you tune in next week for that one. I see.
Hopefully, we put on a good show for everybody.
I could probably see 190 from both teams in smallies.
If you find them.
And smallies.
That's very doable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to both of you guys. I mean, Sam, y'all got 3 weeks off, so I'll tell you good luck again before the next 2 weeks or something. But good luck next week. Up there, St. Clair, man. I'm also jealous about it. Great win, man. That was a great matchup. 4 inches. What was less than 4 inches? 4 inches that decided it. That's awesome. That's the way it should have been. That's the way I thought it was going to be for us today.
3 3/4 inches. 3 3/4.
Good job out there,
guys.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Good job, guys. See all y'all.
Yep. See you guys.
See ya.
Thanks, guys.
What's the next matchup, Mr. Patrick?
Next matchup on the schedule is the Massachusetts Maulers and the Pennsylvania Bronzebacks. This is the closest matchup of the week.
Maulers and the
this one
Bronzebacks.
This was actually a half inch closer than that last matchup that we just had. Hey, the anglers, all you anglers, if you're watching this, you have the invite in the owners group. If the owners could send that out to you guys, we'd love to get some Pennsylvania guys and Massachusetts guys on, because I owe apologies to Pennsylvania face to face, and Massachusetts had a heck of a day on the water. But I think we have breaking news in the KFL.
Do we have breaking news?
Breaking news in the KFL. If I read right, Kyle Burns of Arkansas has just said that on the active roster moving forward for Arkansas Hogs, Garrett Morgan is now on the squad. And Garrett is a hammer out of Arkansas. So that is breaking news that the KFL has for all y'all.
Jeez, Garrett Morgan. Hey, man, just don't fish any of the tournaments, though. You can just be on the team. Just root from the sidelines, Garrett.
But while we're waiting on these guys to come in, man, Robert, did you expect this match to be this close?
Well, first off, the matchup ended. It was 180 3/4 to 177.5. Did I expect it to be this close? I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say I expected it to be quite this close, but I expected it to be a close matchup. Mm-hmm. Both these teams have absolute, studs for anglers on them. This is what KFL is proving to everyone, man. It's like these anglers are for real, man. They can come to your backyard and push you to the limit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, Nick Audi and the Pennsylvania guys came into Massachusetts and gave them everything that they wanted and more. And I owe it to Pennsylvania, man. I said last night if I had $1,000 in Vegas, I'd take the odds on Massachusetts covering. And I told them that I would beg my mom and dad to mortgage the house to bet as well. And so my family would be homeless and I would be $1,000 less. So good job to Pennsylvania. It looks like we got Nick Audi down here, so we can bring him on.
We got the Audi man.
How's it going, brother? And great performance today in throwing up everything Massachusetts could swallow, man.
Yeah, thanks. How's my audio? I'm driving right now. I don't know if it's
awesome.
Oh,
you're good.
Okay. All right, yeah.
You're golden.
Today it was. I mean, it's fun fishing up there. We were in these 3 small lakes, almost ponds, and we were just we were battling back and forth all day long. I mean, I was 200 yards from Derek all day. We were sitting just going basically fish for fish. It was a really fun matchup. Didn't turn out the way we wanted, but can't complain about a fun day of fishing.
No, you can't. You can't. I can complain about my day of fishing today, but probably because it wasn't fun. You had fun, so that's awesome. From Ken Wood, he's like, we picked good lakes, man. I look from the looks of it, I would agree with you, man. How'd you feel about that lake, Nick?
Yeah, it was a great fishery, and according to those guys, it wasn't even that great today in terms of how it normally could be. I was throwing a Senko all day. I started off trying to power fish, that wasn't happening, and I switched to a Senko, and I was just I was dropping on them with live scope, and you could see them swimming around, dropping on them with the Senko, and they were playing pretty well there for a good half an hour, 45 minutes. I think I caught like 20, 19, and an 18 all in like a 15-minute stretch.
Oh, you fancy. You got the live scope?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, you fancy. You drive an Audi too?
No.
Is that an Audi you're driving? Oh, all right.
That's funny.
So, what did you find a pattern, or was it just summertime junk fishing you were doing?
So basically, we didn't get up and pre-fish because they had that storm yesterday. The remnants of the hurricane was coming up, and there was like 40-mile-an-hour winds. So I just went out and I did just a map study, looking at the maps. It's not that big of an area. It's only like all three lakes connected are only about a mile and a half from one end to the other. I know they have a herring run up there that actually runs in from the ocean, and I figured that top lake, it's called Lower Mill Pond. I figured that would be the best because that's the closest to the ocean, and the herring actually run directly into that pond. So we had to go through this little tiny creek to get up there. It was crazy. It was so narrow at points where it was like only 3 feet wide, and literally you couldn't even get your paddle on either side of the kayak. It was insane trying to get up there. But I went up there and basically just started junk fishing at first. I was throwing, like I said, a spinner bait and a chatterbait, and I wasn't getting bit. And I started seeing them on live scope, and I sat in one area the whole day and just threw the Senko the whole day.
Nice. I mean, it's not my choice of way to fishing, but if that's what they're biting, you damn well better throw what they're biting.
And I was throwing up there, and the one fish that I caught, it fought a little bit different. I was like, what is this? It was a smallmouth out of like 5 feet of water and some grass and some rocks, and it was a 19.5-inch smallmouth. I was like, what is this doing up here? Crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, everybody, we're talking to Nick Audi, and Nick is becoming one of the stars of the league. Nick's always got his name up there for producing for his team, and for those of you who don't know Nick, go check him out on Facebook, and he's a part of the Pennsylvania Bronzebacks. Nick, you had 6 fish today. You had a 20 and a quarter. Tell us about that 20 and a quarter that you got.
Yeah, so like I said, I was sitting there and I saw a bigger mark on my graph, and I cast towards it, and it was weird. You had to like play with the cadence of how you were working the Senko for different fish. Some fish just wanted it to dead stick, and some of them you had to like work it more, hop it more aggressively. And this one, I was hopping it more aggressively, and I saw it come over, and my lure went away on the screen. I was like actually watching the lure. And I didn't even feel the bite, and all of a sudden my line started swimming to the left, and I'm going to set the hook, so I set it, and it was a fight. Those fish fight really hard up there, really aggressive.
So how long have you had the live scope?
This is my first season running it. I put it on over the winter, and it definitely helps. It helps a lot for targeting fish, but more so I use it for really being able to get a lay of the water better. Like you could see drop offs easier because you can move it, and like it's basically like a pair of eyes under the water, which is what I use it for most. Sometimes like today it's set up perfectly to be able to watch your lure and see the fish, but more often than not I'm using it just to get a better understanding of what's under the water.
How was the learning curve when you got it?
So the biggest concern for me is that I was going to overuse it, and that happens sometimes where you just get lost in it. Because the one thing I notice more than anything is that there are fish everywhere. Like you think that there's areas where there's no fish, but there's fish everywhere, and you can't tell whether they're bass or whether they're carp in some instances, or it might be pickerel in other instances. But you just want to cast at everything when you see it on the live scope. And the biggest thing that you have to restrain yourself with is just knowing pick and choose when to use it and not getting lost in it.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Man. I can see how it could make you how I could put more fish in the boat for you. I'm not going to say how it makes you a better angler, because if you're already a good angler, you're a good angler. I can see how it puts more fish in the boat for you. If you can watch your cadence to see if the fish, you can read the mood of the fish, right? So you can tell if what you're doing, the fish ain't even paying attention. You could change up your cadence, put on different colors, see if that's what, like, I can see how that puts more fish in the boat for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, and it definitely does. And the cadence thing is the biggest thing, I think, that you could see how the fish are reacting. Like,
yeah,
you might think that you want.
Uh-oh, Nick's driving through a
Dead
dead
stick
area.
Cinco, but when you're working it really fast, they seem. Am I back or?
No, you're back. You're good now.
Okay. Yeah, but the cadence is a big thing with the live scope for sure.
For sure, man. Well, you had a good day out there, man. It seemed like it was a lot of fun out there, man. Didn't come away with the W this time, but you gave those guys a run for their money. And so there's probably a lot of people who didn't expect it to be this close, man. But
yeah, and they're.
Oh, we're losing Nick again. Oh, and he's back, and he's gone, and he's back.
Oh, yeah.
He's disco dancing for us right now.
Dead zone here. All right, but yeah, but what I was saying is that all the mass smallers, they're all great anglers, and it was just fun competing with them. And yeah, I mean, we didn't get the win today, but we're 1-2, and
Well, Nick, I don't know if you can hear us, man. You're driving through that dead area. You have a safe trip back home, man. Oh, and we lost him. Hopefully, if he's listening, have a safe trip home, man. And way to fight out there, man. Go out there and get that next W, bro. A lot of the world's watching you guys now.
Yeah, I mean 1-2, as well as the Indianapolis Knights. And we're going to find out there's a couple of other 1-2 teams coming up that we're going to talk about. And, man, there's a group right there, and then there's a group that's just kind of separated itself, and it's starting to get real fun, Robert.
Well, it is, and it's going to be interesting to see, especially with this being the first season, man. And we have 6 regular season games. It's going to be interesting to do the analytics on this, man, to see if it's something that if you can recover from 1-2. You know what I mean? Like when you watch basketball, has been around, and in the playoffs, you go down, 0-3. Like no team has returned from 0-3, right? So it's going to be fun to figure out, hey, 1-2, can you come back from 1-2, or is 1-2 kind of put you on the back burner? 2-2, is that good? I mean, with only 6 games, it's tough, man. That's why every game matters.
Oh, yeah, it does. And you don't want to take that second loss any earlier than you have to, because that's the one that's like, okay, the buck stops here, in my opinion. Because you take 3 L's, I'd say it's basically almost going to be impossible to make playoffs. So
there was a really good meme that was put out this past week, Todd.
Yeah.
It had a fish finder, and it had a bunch of L's going down on the fish finder. And it was talking about a team taking their 3rd L this week. I don't even want. We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
I bet you we will. We'll
get into it.
Hey, but congratulations, man, to the Mass Maulers and getting their. What is that? Is that their 3rd win? 2nd win? 3rd win?
I think it's their 2nd one. I think Mass is now 2-1.
2-1, I think. Yeah, because they got beat by West Virginia or Pennsylvania at Pennsylvania.
I think so. Yeah. I'd have to look back at it. I can look back at it, but
but awesome job, like I said, with both of those squads and those first 2 matchups, guys. Those are the close ones of the week, and now we're going to get into some stuff that's not so pretty.
No, now we're going to get into something that surprised the HE double hockey stick out of me. Hey, I'm going to need the Florida Copperheads to come to the front of the congregation. I'm going to need a couple of Florida Copperheads to come to the front of the congregation. There's nobody in the background waiting to come in from Florida. I'm gonna need
I
one of y'all
don't
to come
see
on.
any Florida Copperheads, but I see a smiling Carolina Caster.
I know, right? Well, look at that. Look at his smile. Let's get the smile on there. Let's get that. Oh, there's that smile. What's going on, Mr. Stephen Bell?
Not much.
About time you
Trying to get the grandkids to bed.
Say again.
That's what we're trying to get the grandkids to bed.
Oh, yeah, man. It's 10 o'clock. It's time for them to go to night.
Yeah.
So, Stephen, man, way to pull out that W.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, and then one thing about you, Steve. I don't know if you know this or not, but you were the 9th best bags of the whole league today.
Really? Let's pull that up. Let's put that up so you can get that, Stephen.
Yeah, he had 5 of his team's fish and 3, I think, of his team's biggest fish. 18 quarter, 18, and a 17 and 3/4, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, that didn't work. Here we go. Let's try it now. Oh, I am just all messed up right now.
There we go. You got it.
Jeez.
Yeah, but if you see that name right there, guys, Steve Bell, 9th best bag of the day with 82.5 inches. Steve, tell us about your day, man. Tell us about you single-handedly beat the Copperheads by yourself.
Oh, wait, hold on. We didn't put the score out, did we? I'm sorry, people. Steven, give us a moment. We gotta put the score up. I'm gonna put it on the front page so everybody can see the score. Completely surprised me. I mean, I called the win. I said it wasn't gonna be close, but it surprised me that it was 116 to 30 inches. It surprised me that they only put up 2 fish. That was surprising to me. But I thought it was going to be. I thought it wasn't going to be close. I called it in the matchup, by the way. I mean, in the pregame, by the way.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was going to be close. But I actually on the first cast caught a bass, and I was like, "Man, this day's either going to be real good or it's going to be real bad." Mm-hmm. And it wound up that I caught fish constantly all day long. Like I would catch a couple that were too small, then I'd catch one that would measure, and then I'd catch a few more that was too small, and just done that all day long. And I did most of them on top water. And them guys, everybody was out with their depth finders and fishing worms, and I was like, that ain't gonna work.
Hey, people, if you're down there fishing random and hit Steve Bell up, he gonna tell you what's gonna work, because what they were doing wasn't gonna work.
Kasparak's trying to tell us that the reason he's not here is because they're traveling home.
Yeah,
be safe.
Home.
Be safe, Copperheads. Be safe.
Oh, yeah.
Hey man, all jokes aside, I was surprised by the numbers they put up, but Randleman in the summer, it's a fickle, man. It's either on or it's off, and
yep.
Apparently for Steven and the casters, it was on.
Yeah.
Is Arlie on your team, or is he on the other team?
Yeah, Arlie's on my team.
Yeah, that's right. Let's get Arlie in here. What's up, Arlie?
Say, man, how y'all doing?
Good.
Hey, how you doing, Arlie, man?
Good, doing good.
How was your time on the water out there?
It was okay. I contributed a little bit to it, but not as much as I'd like to it. But I lost one right after I caught that 18 3/4. I lost one about 45 minutes later. It's probably around a little bigger than that one.
Okay. Now, do you guys have any more matchups on Randleman this year?
No.
No? Okay, well, spill the beans. What were you doing to catch them? Like, Stephen, what did you notice to cue you in to what you were doing, to get them to bite? And what were you using?
Well, in one of the previous tournaments, we had the same conditions. We had a storm come in the night before, and the next day when I went out there, I didn't do so good. But I put on a certain frog and would throw it in the mats and pull it off real slow And as soon as it got off the edge of the mat, I would just let it sit there. I wouldn't move it, and the fish would just hit it. But the tournament was almost over. So when I got on, I was like, this is the same conditions we had in that tournament. I'm going to see if it'll work. First cast I did that, the bass hammered it. And I was like, so they're either going to do the same thing or that'll be the only fish I catch today. And up that it worked. I used a popping frog all day long.
So when you throw the frog, do you normally have a follow-up bait tied on?
I do.
What do you throw as a follow-up bait?
I usually have a fluke as a follow-up bait or a Texas rig worm with no weight. Because
Texas rig worm with no weight, huh?
Yep. Because usually, most of the time when they hit the frog, they usually hit it. I just don't have to throw the second bait in there to get them.
Eric Nelson said the copperheads have their tails between their legs.
I don't know if that's actually possible, but they've got their tail somewhere.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if it's possible for the hammers on that team and then the personalities on that team. I don't know if they could lose by 1,000 inches, 1,000,000 inches, and I don't think they'd have their tails between their legs.
Hey, I saw a post earlier this week, and it said something about Conrad Benetti and Kasparak were together, and they said the most combined inches or wins or something in the world of kayak fishing, and that world of kayak fishing got spun upside down and spat out and laughed at today. Hey, you know what? They can handle it because they're good dudes, and they're going to come back and they're going to protect home water. But man, Steven, that's got to be a good feeling. Arlie, it's got to be a good feeling to get a win versus the Copperheads, who coming into the season arguably were one of the most talked about, if not the most talked about team to perform and to do well in a lot of people's eyes. And for you guys to get that first win of the year, I think you guys are now 1-2. Yeah. 1-2. It's another team that's 1-2 in that dogfight there with Indianapolis and some other teams. But I mean, you guys are in the South at 1-2. But it's gotta be a good feeling to get that dub versus the Copperheads.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's just be honest here. The Copperheads have a target on their back, and it's because of one, the Barbarian, who loves to he's got that New York mentality. He loves to talk trash. And I don't know if you met him. I haven't met him in person yet, but I've talked to him a couple times. He's a good dude, man. Yeah. He's a good
Conrad's
dude.
a great dude. Yep.
Yeah. It's funny because the personality you see online, and then when you meet the dude, it's kind of like, Are you playing with me right now? Like, no, but he's a good dude, man. But hey, Conrad, I mean, but prior to the season, man, it was a lot of chitter chatter coming from you about that squad.
If the Copperheads would have won today, I guarantee at least two of them would have been on.
The whole team would have been. They all would have pulled over at the rest stop, and they would have been there talking.
It would have been at White Castle or a rest stop or something. They would have been
on White Castle.
Hey, oh my bad. Down in the South, it's what is it? It's Crystals, right?
Crystal,
yeah.
man. Yeah,
Get them little Crystal mini dogs.
If you want some diarrhea and a messed up stomach, go get you some Crystal, man. So Arlie, man, how many did you boat today?
I just got a boat, and I caught mine on a shaky head because during the summertime, I like deep water fishing better than I do shallow. Yesterday I pre-fished and caught 5, and only 2 of them were keepers, and I caught all of them up shallow yesterday. Then today I showed up this morning, I couldn't even get a bite up in the shallow. So when I finally got my first bite, I think I caught 2 fish today, or 3, and 2 of them were little. But anyway, the first bite wasn't until about 10 o'clock when I got my first bite. And then, so I like it when it gets hot, and I like to fish from like 11 to 2, and that's some good times for me.
Was the water muddied up from the storm or what?
No, sir, it was clear.
It was clear?
Yeah, it comes, man. But it wasn't muddy a bit. It looked good. I mean, it was some pretty water.
Come on, Arlie, man. I work for a living. Don't call me sir. That's a Navy joke, man. Whenever you call a enlisted guy sir, we work for a living. Don't call us sirs. Hey, Conrad wants everybody to know. Hey, he's gonna chime in the comments, but he ain't gonna hit the bar to come on and just be. If you got your phone in your hand to text and put comments up, Conrad, you can have your phone in your hand looking at. You ain't got to look at the phone. Just put your face up on the screen so we can talk to you. I'm just giving him crap, man. But he said it's far from over.
So the 1 and 2 Copperheads, they got to go home and they got to protect that home field, and that's key, because as long as the buck stops at the 2-loss, once you get that third, that's when you start thinking about next year. But when you got 2, you got a chance, and you guys equally have a chance, Carolina, and great win today. Arlie, I thought you were going to be player of the game, but Steven said not so fast. I'll take that title. Yeah. And it was really cool to watch, and congratulations on getting that important win.
Yeah, man. We don't know we don't know what's going to happen in the season, right? We don't know how it's going to shake out. 1 and 2 doesn't put you out of it. I don't think you went out. You're 4 and 2. There's obviously going to be other teams with at least 2 losses, because if you look now, other teams with 2 losses. So it's not over at all, But I tell you what, it's time to start buckling down and cutting some other teams' lines and stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, right. Who do you guys got next, and where's it at?
Alabama Hammers on Neely Henry.
Oof,
that's right.
That's a tough one.
We talked about that earlier.
Yep,
that's a tough one. But I know you fished Neely Henry before, right, Steven?
I have.
Yeah. You got your starting lineup for it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. You coaching the boys up?
Yep. Well, we do a lot of talking when we're on the water to let everybody know what's going on. And so I want everybody to fish their strengths. And then if that's not working, then we'll switch it.
I think that's a smart game plan for sure. Let everybody go out there and be comfortable and fish your strengths, because when you're confidently fishing what you know, that's when you're the best of yourself, in my opinion, as an angler. So I think that's a very good strategy.
Absolutely. Hey, young man, did you take your shower? Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, my bad, people. I'm going to mute myself. I'm about to go dad mode. Oh.
Let's see. Conrad said we had 159 inches in pre-fishing Friday. Saturday was just completely different. Hey, and that's understandable. I mean, Steve and Arlie, as LC came through and dumped tons and tons and tons of rain, we saw the water clarity there. It was milk chocolate in most places. So I mean, did you guys find any clear water anywhere? Were you able to find any?
It wasn't that bad where I was at. I literally threw on a grass mat and was bringing my feet off the grass mat. When it went down to the bottom, which was 3 feet, I could see my bait working. I saw what needed.
Okay.
And so it wasn't bad.
Nice.
All right. Well, I got a chance to fish with you guys, man. Arlie, I didn't get the chance to meet you when we fished against them. Right. Look forward to meeting you. I'm getting into fishing CKA more, so I'm pretty sure I'll meet you or run into you. Look forward to fishing with you guys again, man. And buckle down and let's get it done. Win out these next 3 games and put yourself in position to make to own your own destiny.
That's right.
I appreciate you guys coming on. If y'all want to say thank you to anyone, sponsors, the wife, Jesus.
Thank Jesus above for the win. We need
I like Steven, man.
My church is praying for me.
Yeah.
They're one of our sponsors. And O'Connor Company, the company I work for, Arlie's company, he's a sponsor. Eric Nelson's Bass Trail, they're a sponsor. And, this wins for them. Because with sponsorship, we couldn't do it.
Absolutely. What you got, Arlie?
I just want to thank my wife for letting me do what I love to do, and I do want to thank the sponsors that sponsor us, and I do have a couple more that are outside our from sponsoring us personally, but for me personally, Vector Hooks and Knee Deep Tackle.
Nice.
Absolutely. Neither one of y'all gonna thank the Copperheads for not catching any more fish.
That too. I was there Friday with them when they was all pre-fishing. I was the only Carolina casters there, so luckily they take me up in the woods and tie me to a tree. But I knew they caught some fish because I knew they did, and I caught 5, like I said, pre-fishing, and only 2 were keepers. So I was down a little bit, but I was glad I caught some fish. Today I caught some better fish, or one good fish, and I lost another one. But anyway, it turned out good for us, and I'm glad it did.
Yeah, man.
I thank Greg Nozar for the KFL, this league, and the way this thing's run and the way it's done. I love it. I'm trying to get the right words. The atmosphere, everything. I mean, I like the whole feel about it.
Yeah, man. We always forget to thank Greg, but yeah, man.
Let me start quick. Thank y'all guys for taking the time out and doing the broadcasting whenever y'all are not fishing, because I know y'all love to fish just like we do.
Yeah, man. Absolutely not. You're welcome, bro. I enjoy talking to you guys and bringing you on and getting the world to meet all you anglers that we bring on, man. KFL and KBBT as well. It's always been angler centric. So we try to shine the spotlight on you guys, man. You guys and gals. I'm waiting for our first all women team. I think it's going to happen next year.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think it's going to happen next year. It'd be pretty cool.
Yep.
And their first matchup's going to be against Florida and Conrad, and when they lose
to all girls, all women.
All women, yeah. I'm gonna be like, "What you got to say now, Barbarian? You got to change your name. You're no longer the Barbarian.
Yeah.
You can be a she woman. I don't know. I got nothing." I'm joking, man. Appreciate you guys coming on. And again, man,
there's a lot of good women anglers out there to beat any dude any day of the week.
Oh, exactly.
Exactly. Tell me Catherine Field's not been absolutely amazing this year. She's top 10 Hobie AOY, guys. And she was just teaching herself how to fish and learning the last year and a half or so. And what an inspiration that story's been, if you guys ain't been following that.
Yep. I was up there at Lake Champlain, and I was fishing right beside of her about 100 yards, watching her catch fish left and right, and me over there begging for a bite. I'm serious. She did good.
I went over there and started chatting her up.
Well,
checking out all her rods and stuff.
Well, I was trying to watch and see what she's doing, but I don't think it'd done me any good. I really don't. I enjoyed watching.
I got the privilege of her beating me in the KBBT.
That's when her hot streak started, when she beat you. After she beat you, she top 10 every time, I think, since then.
Hey, Stevie, I want you to know, man, Stevie, man, you so remind me of my dad. I'm gonna send you a picture of my pops, man. Y'all have the same type of speech pattern and everything, like in the KBBT. I was like, is my dad in the house?
That's awesome.
Y'all have a good night, man. Appreciate you coming on, and congrats on a great win. I think it's a marquee win. Yeah. This is a win that bring you guys in the right direction. Keep the momentum going, guys.
All right, thank y'all.
I would love to face y'all again.
Sounds good.
Have a good night.
You too, man.
See you guys.
And that was the casters, man. We brought you on too fast. My bad. That was all me.
Too quick.
I got fat fingers. That was too quick. My bad, Matt. I see you back there, though, bro.
Next matchup. This next matchup, we're just going to give you a score, and we're going to say one thing about it. Lone Star Bandits 168.5, Louisiana Hurricane 66.25. That is being contested. So that is unofficial, and that is per Greg Nosar.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on to the next matchup.
Arkansas.
Once we once we figure out the results of it, man, we'll expound on it. I know you guys want to know what's going on, why it's happening. We'll put it out, man. We got to do our due diligence and get through the white paper, the pen and white paper, and then we'll fill you guys in. So that's all we'll say about it. like you said, Todd, my bad. Go ahead. It's all you, bro.
No, we're good, man. Just want to get through and let's get down here to. Since he's waiting, should we just go ahead and skip to it, or do we want
no,
to just
he's
go in order
he's
here?
literally the only angler we have in backstage because none of the other anglers are in. Like, if you're watching and you fish today and your matchup's coming up, jump in the hit that link. Come on, man. We want to give you guys your time. So we'll go to the Lunkers matchup because we got Mr. Matt Dunn in the background.
Yeah, I'll let you go ahead and talk about that one. I'm going to try to send out a little bit more information to these other anglers, see if we can get some more teams on. But
so okay.
Yeah, hammers and lunkers. Talk about it.
Yeah, we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna bring Matt on. Matt, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about y'all?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. Tough day on the water today?
Yeah, I mean, I made it home with my tail between my legs, but
and still got the smile on his face. Matt always has a smile on his face.
Well, I mean, hey, it was like everyone always says, like a bad day on the water is better than a good day at work.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We got one of your competitors on. We're gonna bring him on too. But continue. Go ahead and tell us your story, man.
Yeah, it was a tough day. I mean, and I'm glad he's on now because first and foremost, congratulations, Alabama earned it today. I mean, it was one of the toughest tournaments I have ever fished. I mean, the fish were there, the small ones, and I got lucky this afternoon late. I think it was like 5:15 maybe, and caught one that was 16 3/4. I've never in my life been so happy to see a fish that small, but that was just.
I mean, I bet you netted it. Did you net it?
Oh, I mean, I caught it like right in the mouth, like barely hooked. So, yeah. So I went Matt Dunn Jig Master on it. So, I mean, it worked, but it was just a tough day, you know. I mean, I think if we'd have had a little bit more wind, we'd have been good. But, you know, I mean, it is what it is, and you know, Alabama guys earned it. And
hey, Lance, where was this tournament at? What body of water?
Randleman.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, what? Was it Randleman?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so messed up. I'm sorry, I had them backwards. So you on Randleman? You guys.
I mean, I wasn't on the wrong leg, was I?
Huh?
I wasn't on the wrong leg.
I hope not. I don't know where I'm at right now. Anyway, wow. Okay, I'm caught up now. I'm with you guys now. So that was a home game for you guys then.
It was. We played like right after the casters and the copperheads. So it was cool. I mean, I got to see Steven catch a couple fish, and I actually got a couple pictures of one of the good fish he caught for him. But that's about all. I saw a bunch.
I'll go sit in the kitchen.
I can't say so. So both of you guys, the casters and the lunkers, fished Randleman today.
We had a double hitter. Yep.
Okay. Okay. But I was like, in my mind, I know the casters fished Randleman. So when I was just talking to them and talking about Randleman, was I wrong? And they were just like, didn't just being nice and didn't say, hey man, we didn't fish Randleman. Okay.
Well, you're right. It was a double header. It was pretty cool setup, but just the fish weren't there like I would have liked for them to be. So, you know.
Well, Alabama Hammers, who went in and just tore it up, man. Let me put that score up there so everybody can see this. I would not have guessed this. I'm messing something up. There it is. Okay. Computer's being slow. 172 and was that 3/4 to 16 3/4.
Yeah.
Coley and Lance, man. I remember when I talked to y'all the first time, and I was like, I like those dudes, man. They're super confident. Coley's got gun. He's got a gun, so I had to be nice to him. But you guys just gonna go in there and do it to my boy Matt like that? Y'all just gonna go in there and smack him in the face like that?
We're just doing what we do, man.
I mean,
Somebody's got to do it. Might as well be us.
Might as well be y'all. Hey, if y'all came here, I would not have let that happen. I promise you, I had your cars towed or something to where you got a call and you had to get off the water. As soon as y'all would have got like an 80-inch lead, tragic stuff would have started happening.
Hey, we didn't skunk though. That's the plus. We didn't skunk. But we caught
that is the plus.
a big one. So, or they wouldn't.
So, Lance, tell me about the day, man. Tell me about your day on the water, man. How'd you find them? Did you find them in practice? First off, did you find them in practice?
I didn't get to practice. I didn't get in until late Friday, and actually left my catch board, so I had to go to the local store and pick one up this morning. So I'm glad it was an afternoon game. But I was just kind of relying on intel from other guys here. They fish.
Okay. Well, Coley, did you get to practice?
Yes, we practiced most of the day on Friday, but it really didn't do me any good. I mean, we all caught fish, but we really didn't find anything we were like really wanting to bet on. So me, Dan, and John just completely. Well, Dan went to what he had found, and then me, John, and Lance just went just on a limb and tried new water. So
today was literally a thing where you didn't have a great practice. You didn't think you were. I'm paraphrasing, but you didn't think you were on winning fish in practice. So you just said, "Hey, we're gonna go find some new water and figure it out while we're in the water."
it was practice day 2 for us.
So what did you find out? What did you figure out?
Well, I mean, in practice, I mean, on Friday, I mean, the lake was pretty easy to figure out. It's just there's like everywhere we expected there to be fish, there wasn't fish. And then, we would find fish like, submerged in trees and stuff like that. And we just couldn't get them to bite. I don't know if it was due to pressure or a little bit of rain that come in or what. But, I mean, that was the same thing today. I mean, it was just finding some trees and hitting the right tree and getting bit. That was about it.
Yep.
What would you catch them on?
Texas rig.
Same here.
Texas rig. Same thing, Lance?
Yep, Texas rig. Subtle bite. Just pretty good. A few of them were so.
Dead sticking or working it?
I was working pretty slow. I mean, not
pretty slow.
But it was more of a drag than a hop, for sure.
Got you. I like how both of y'all just refrain from saying, "Hey, what I had on this Texas rig," but I had a hook and a weight and some fishing line and a rod and reel. I like that. You guys are always so damn cryptic. This is all coming back to me now. It's all coming back to me. Jesus. Hey, welcome back, Todd.
Hey, what's going on, man? We got them invites sent out, but
I see you got people in the background now. Lance and Coley on here giving me the cold shoulder and stuff, man.
Hey, they came out and laid the hammer down. Perry and friends, John and Lance and Coley, and my gosh, what a squad! You guys are 2-0, man.
Literally the hammer. 2-0, one of very few undefeated teams.
Yeah, one of a few. 2-0. That's got to feel good, and to go and to get a win in someone else's backyard, that's huge. Because now you guys get to go back to Neely Henry next week versus the Carolina Casters, and try to take that up to 3-0, and that would be ever so huge for you guys.
You got Stephen Bell holding class every day to teach his team about Neely Henry, so it might not be that easy. I'm just saying. Grandpa over there putting the grandkids to bed, and he's teaching, so might not be that easy. All right, Coley, you might have to give up a little bit more. I tell you what, if you lose, you got to actually tell me some stuff that you guys are doing. All right.
All right. We'll see. We'll
Hey,
see.
man.
I don't see it happening, but we'll see. We'll spill some beans if it happens.
Hey, your dad was on earlier talking smack for you. He said, "Watch out for my son. He always kicks my butt." Now he's out there kicking all y'all's butt.
I know he likes to stir the pot.
It's good to have that support, though.
It is. It's awesome to have that support. Well, obviously, people, you've probably figured out that they're not going to give us any juice about what they did to catch them, as if they have another tournament on Randleman. Like,
I mean, I'll tell you the depth and what I was throwing. I mean, I was catching some like 10. I was throwing like 10 to 12 foot submerged trees. I was throwing like a quarter. I mean, it was a light Texas weight. I mean, it was like tungsten weight. It was the smallest one I had. It was like a quarter, I think. And I was throwing I don't even know what it's called. It's like a little creature bait.
I was going to ask, was it creature bait or worm style?
Yeah, it was. I did a little bit of both, but it was a creature bait, what I call the most of them on.
See, you got people who fish Randleman all the time wanting to learn how to catch some fish on Randleman. That's what I'm asking. I don't have to fish Randleman.
You don't have to worry about me going back.
That's your lake.
The last time
that's your home water. He's like, I ain't even going back.
So, yeah.
Hey, Lance had a hell of a day out there, though. He had a top 10 bag in over 100 inches. So, congratulations on that bag, Lance.
Yeah. He gonna tell you how he caught him.
I told you it was a Texas rig.
It was a Texas rig. That's what
it was. Very I think I was 1/8 ounce. I was at a pretty slow.
1/8 ounce. So everything was light, super finesse, huh? Matt, that's why Matt.
Yeah,
Matt's a power fisherman.
No, not me. I'm a finesse guy.
No,
I mean,
just roll with it, bro. Roll with it.
I tried to power.
He's trying to cover for you.
I mean, there's no excuse. I mean, hey, we did our best. You know, they won fair and square. It was a heck of a game. You know, I mean,
Matt, what's your squad now?
Do what?
What's your record? What's your team's record?
We won 1 and lost 2. So
another 1 and 2 team. That's like that sweet zone, man. A lot of teams are right there, going to be battling out of that 1 and 2 spot.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. You know, I mean,
yeah. I mean, it's fishing, bro. Like,
I mean, I'm not going to stand here and beat myself up and say, well, I should have done this or well, we should have done that.
No. Not at all.
Hey, we got beat. You know, it was not on account of us not trying. That's for sure.
Exactly. It's going to happen. You're going to lose at home. You're going to lose on away games.
Coming and beating us at home. I mean, they had a heck of a day. You know.
Well, according to Coley, Alabama Hammers are not going to lose, but in real life, people, you win some and you lose some. Coley has guns.
Alabama Hammers don't live by that motto. We don't win some and lose some. We just win. We don't know about the losing part. Not yet.
So you guys walk up and your theme song is all I do is win, 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 no matter what.
All I'm saying is you didn't say that before the game. He's saying that after the game, after they know they won. That's right. So,
well, regardless, I think everybody on this team goes into every tournament thinking, well, no matter what, we're going to do our best and we're going to try to win no matter what. Like we're going to leave it all out there. That's for sure.
You don't remember the old people saying where they're like, you win some, you lose some.
But you live to fight another day.
Another day. Yeah. I tried to go into my old man voice just then. No, man. I mean, your team's like. I will say this: a lot of people didn't know how good the anglers were on your team prior to the beginning of the season, and I guarantee you, people are taking notice. I guarantee it. People are taking notice, and Lance is over there like, "That's goddamn right."
Hey, anybody that's fished any Hobies knows both these Coley as the first name or Coley as the last name. I mean, everybody knows these guys.
Don't nobody fish Hobies, bro. I mean, I don't drive a BMW. I mean, come on, man.
My bad.
I'm joking. I fish Hobies, but not anymore. Not until I get a pedal kayak. I'm done paddling.
Hey, me and Lance's performances on the Hobie BOS on Neely Henry came from just paddle kayaks. So
yeah, me too. Me too. I didn't fish Neely. What, Neely? Ain't that your home lake?
That's right.
That makes sense, Coley. That makes sense. Probably put it in your backyard too, didn't you?
I don't live far from it, so yeah, it's pretty close.
Nah, all jokes aside, man.
As a matter of fact, he caught all the fish off his swing set in the backyard.
I know, right? With his Barbie rod and one in his left hand. Nah, all jokes aside, man. Hell of a performance. You guys are making people take notice. I saw the confidence in you guys when I first talked to you guys when we introduced your team, you know, to the on KFL Tonite. I saw the confidence and I was like, okay, well, these guys might actually be some hammers. I don't know. I mean, their name's Alabama Hammers, and to put your name as a hammer, probably better be good. And everybody, these guys are good.
Yep, watch out for the
those
Alabama
other
Hammers.
guys. Those other guys over there are good too. They just had a bad day. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Lunkers are good. They are good.
Matt done with that hat today, though. That hat was on point.
I know. I don't know if it was a hat that was like making the juju up or what, but I mean, who saw the hat? The hat, yeah. I mean, I got to keep the sun off my face. Now,
Hey, for those of you that didn't see that hat, though, that had the American flag on the underlay. It was like that straw hat. It was sharp.
Big nose, and like, my nose was like sticking out from underneath the hat, like getting sun. But it's fine. My hair keeps my ears from getting sun. But,
I have no. What are we talking about right now?
I like the crazy top fan, but
I love me some Matt Dunn, man.
Hey, Matt, give us a shout out to your sponsors and your team, and then we'll get to that from Coley, and we'll get on to this next matchup.
All right. I'd like to first of all, I'd like to thank On the Water Innovations, Jenny Renee, who was actually out there today. We've got Franklin, who's a rod builder. Honor Outdoors, the Restore Warehouse out of Fayetteville, and Carolina Waters. They're an apparel company here, like based out of the Carolinas. So I'm pretty sure that's it. I hope I didn't forget anything. Long day. Thank you guys very much. Alabama, thank you all very much for coming down and beating us. Heck of a day. I'm glad I got to meet y'all. Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you guys too. Y'all are top-notch guys, that's for sure.
Well, we appreciate it, and maybe we'll see y'all down the road.
1 and 2. I don't think 1 and 2 put you out of it. So just went out.
More to go. We'll see.
Hold on. Do we have to fish against y'all again?
I think we fish against you guys at McIntosh.
All right. Well, don't win out. Win everyone except for that one.
We'll go 3-3.
All right.
We'll see about that. So
you can win everyone except for that one.
Yeah, hopefully we can get you to leave Charles at home for that one.
I wish I could.
Hey, what about
Coley?
What about the Coleys?
I know, right? The Coleys. I like it.
Well, I appreciate it, y'all. Thank you guys very much, and great job, Hammer. You deserve it. Perfect name.
Hey, one of the stars of the league right there, Matt Dunn, guys. You don't know Matt Dunn, one of the hammers that's not on the hammers. That is a Tar Heel Lunker, and you guys are gonna have fun watching him. So, Matt, awesome having you, man.
Thank you very much for having me, and y'all take care. Have a great night.
All right, have a good night, Matt. There we go.
Coley's, you got any sponsors? Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I guess we got Gills, Solar Bat, the Yak Shack. Yeah, we got Sticky Balls.
Sticky Balls.
The best. That's the best sponsor in the league, people. I was waiting for that one. I remember that. I was waiting for it.
Damn, Perry was all about it.
We got Red
Bates Custom Baits.
Who in the background? Who in the background giving you all this info?
That's John.
Oh, Lessman.
Oh, Lessman. All right. What you got, Coley? Other Coley.
Lance covered most of it. Just like to thank the team for getting as close as we have. These, since the team's really been put together, we've all fished against each other. And like local stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How do I flip it around? Dan wants to say hey. How do I flip it around?
You turn your phone
DP.
around. There you,
Well, he's over there underneath the blanket and everything.
Oh, y'all got y'all a Airbnb, huh? We ain't got to drive tonight.
Right.
No, leaving in the morning.
Nice.
That's how
the
you
best way
guys
to
do it right there.
That's the best way to
See,
do
hey,
it, man.
Alabama Hammer's got it down. You get Airbnb, you hang out, you get the other team that's home to, like, they took you guys out to eat or give you guys a cookout or anything.
Hey, we've got a personal chef like John. They might be our team manager, but he's also our personal chef. He's cooked breakfast for us every day. He cooked supper for us this afternoon. It's been great. This has been
How
like
do I
a
buy some
personal
stock
vacation.
in the Hammers? I'm gonna buy
I
some
know, right?
stock in the Hammers.
Well, I ain't buying no stock in the Hammers.
Need to start a tip jar for John Lesman. We'll start having breakfast and supper at our place, you know?
All right, fellas. Hey, again, good win. Keep winning, man. Keep winning.
Yeah, keep winning. 2-0.
So y'all can come face us in the playoffs and lose. So I love both of you guys. Both of you guys are awesome. Y'all have a good night, man, and thanks for coming on, bro.
Thank y'all for having us.
Yeah, man. We'll see you on the next matchup, which is again 2.
I think we're at
Carolina Casters at home. Neely Henry next week.
Casters home. Neely Henry next week. Got it. Okay, that should be a good one.
Yep.
Maybe they'll get revenge for the Lunkers. You see Coley's face, the other Coley's face. All right, all right, fellas.
We'll see you.
See you
guys. Man, some characters right there.
Those two guys are some characters, and there's some superstars.
That's a whole team full of characters. Dan Perry, John Lesman, good guys, man. Great team, solid squad.
Where are we going now? Since you got some people in the background, you running.
We're gonna go ahead and get these guys on. They do we got more Texas dudes or more Texas, Rhode Island, some of these other Texas, Orlando Nandon, if he would come back on. Caleb Helbig looks he's in the background. Let's go ahead and go to that Texas. Southeast Texas Rough Riders, Arkansas Hogs. The Hogs are all on here. There they are. Boom, bring them in. And Caleb Helbig. Caleb. And Orlando Nandon, if he can come back. We had him earlier. Katucci will get to you. Lacasse will get to you.
I think Caleb has been murdered. All I see is black.
He's in his car.
No, I'm driving back. I don't even know if y'all can hear me.
We can hear you.
We can hear you. We just can't see you.
Y'all hear me all right? Oh, I'm about to pull over in a gas station.
Hold on. Do you have a sombrero on?
He got a sombrero. He does.
He got a free dinner is what he got. Yeah.
Oh, no. It's a steering wheel.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks like he's got a big sombrero on. That's hilarious.
Dude, it does look like you have a huge sombrero on. That's a big ass steering wheel, bro. What are you driving? A tractor trailer?
Yeah. I'm pulling over to this gas station now. I got signal.
Hey, Todd, I'm going to step out for a second. I'll be right back.
All right, man. Hey, so Arkansas Hogs, man, you guys went down to Choke Canyon. How'd you guys like it? How was the fishery, and how'd it treat you guys?
It wasn't dark. Man, it rained. We didn't get a chance to pre-fish. We got like maybe 2 hours of pre-fish on Friday, but it's been raining here nonstop since I've been here. I got here Wednesday, and it just changed everything. Man, it's chocolate water, and we just couldn't find anything.
Yeah, I mean, this was a key matchup for you guys going all the way down there. In different parts of Arkansas, wherever you're from. Several hour drive down to San Antonio. It's not a short little trip, so looks like you guys maybe got like a little Airbnb or a hotel together down there.
Yeah, there's a couple of us in the condo. Choke Canyon Lodge is really nice. But if you come to Choke Canyon, check out the Choke Canyon Lodge. A couple of them in the cabin right there on the lake.
Yeah, Jerry T and I are in a cabin with AC and stuff, so right off the lake.
Nice.
So it's not bad. Little tiny bed, but it's not bad.
Yeah, well, let's get it.
You can fight past all the gar fishing people.
Hey, let's let the people know what the score was. Unfortunately, we got to go over this. This was actually the biggest margin of victory of the week.
No, it wasn't. Don't lie. No, don't lie. Nope.
What? What?
Well, it'd be margin.
Huh?
We didn't have the least amount, but the biggest margin.
It was one. Yeah, it was unfortunate. It was 179 to 36. Man, I mean, 36 is rough. 179.
Yeah.
Yeah, 179. I think Rolando Nandine had a 22-inch super nice bass. Looks like we got Robert Beck. You know, and you know, several other nice fish were put up. And you know, tell us about your day, Texas Rough Riders.
You can go ahead, Caleb.
I don't even know where to start. The lake's fishing rough.
Yeah.
We had found that out pre-fishing. Some of us got pre-fish last week, and even pre-fishing yesterday. The lake itself is low compared to, I guess, pool level, but I think last month or so it went up about 10 or 15 feet. And so the fishing, the bites spread out, and I'm hearing a bunch of background. I don't know if that's me or, but yeah, the bites real spread out. The bites real tough, and it was a grind even for us to get 10. I think as far as scoreable fish goes, our team just only had the 10 scoreable.
Now you put up 12
fish that we put
up. You put up 12.
A few small.
You cutting out?
Oh, was there? Okay. But yeah, it was a grind even for us.
Hey, but you know, the grind came together for you guys to be able to get, you know, the 10 in the boat that matter, you know, and you got to get those 10 scoreable fish, especially, you know, down in Texas on choke. That's what you would expect. But, you know, Arkansas guys, I mean, what was rough for you guys? Well, you guys just, the pattern just didn't stack up. You guys get much pre-fishing time on down there? Like, what was the deal for y'all?
Well, by talking to them, they got most of their fish on the morning bites, and we didn't ever get a morning bite.
Yeah.
We never caught a fish on the morning bite, and it just died.
We had all kinds of trouble. Kyle, your motor went out?
Yeah, my motor went out, so I stayed about a mile or two from the ramp. I couldn't go very far.
I lost a pair of rays. I broke a rod. Trailer lost its lights. They fell off somewhere along the way. So, you know, Lisa lost her driving to Choke last week. Choke is not friendly to Lisa and I.
Apparently
but
so.
I did catch a fish, though, and I caught it right behind Adam. Adam was about 50 yards from me, and he had already fished that spot, and I caught one after he'd already fished it. So,
yeah, you got that 16.75 on the board. That was one of 2 fish for your team today.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to know what I was throwing? I'll tell you what I was throwing.
I bet you will.
Because obviously it didn't work that well. I had some blow-ups on a frog, but they could have been gar. There were so many gar. You know, you got carp blowing up, you got gar blowing up, and you know, I threw a frog and I think I had a couple gar actually come up for the frog for that. But I do what I normally do, which is punching and pitching willows and trees and stuff, and that's where I got mine at. So Jerry caught his on the frog.
Yeah.
And Rolando, I think you said you caught a couple on a frog. Maccabee, did you catch them on a frog too? Isn't that what you throw only?
Yeah, I caught
That's
one.
what Lisa told me.
Yeah.
Lisa told me all you throw is a frog.
JR only had one fish for his team, but he did have a 19.5. That was a nice fish for his team.
Yeah, I actually caught that flipping.
And then Rolando, that big donkey 22 that you got, man, that was a nice fish. Caleb, I know that you was up there. You had a decent. You had 4 fish for your team. Your 16.75 was your big, 14 was your small.
Yep. Well, I think it was 3.
It seemed like a solid team effort there. Nobody really was a major standout. You know, you guys all kind of contributed to your guys' win today.
Yep.
And they
Rolando,
kind of
yeah,
they
go ahead.
kind of said, you know, consensus wise too, is that the water's up, and they kind of said too that the, there's so many trees around that the fish are there still. Just like, I mean, it's choked. The fish are here, but they're farther back to where you can't actually get to them. I mean, that's
Gotcha.
what I got from them, was that there's from the tree line to the bank 20, 30 yards a lot of times. You could hear some back there, but you can't throw there because it's just dense trees. I don't know if
Wow.
that's what I mean. Of course, I don't know if they agree with me or not, but that's what I kind of felt like, was that they were
lack of pre-fishing.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they're back there for sure. I mean, the water now that there's just so much brush back there now, and the water came up pretty quick. So I don't know. Choke has been tough for everybody. I mean, I think I had 6 bites altogether today, but I only landed 4. But one of the ones I caught was kind of short too, so it was
Yeah,
not a good day.
Tell us about that 22, though. I mean, that was definitely a fish to celebrate.
Yeah, the morning I took off, and I was gonna go straight across, and I knew that the wind was gonna pick up, but there was a boat tournament going out of the same ramp that I was at. I think there was one over at Callahan where some of the guys were at too, and so I was like, man, I saw them go straight to where I wanted to go, and I was like, man, I'm just gonna stay by the ramp for a little bit. Did that, and then when I made it back to where I wanted to go, there was a bunch of boats in the area, and I was like, man, I'm gonna have to fish slow because it's already kind of picked apart. Luckily, I kept swinging that frog around for a little bit, and I actually started fishing away from the brush and kind of like where there was a grass line, and I made a really long cast, and I was like, man, I'm gonna have to work this frog all the way back, and I'm not very patient. So I said, you know what, just work everything slow. There's a lot of people fishing around. It's probably pressured. And I did, and I'm so glad that I didn't work that frog so fast, because I don't think I would have caught that 22 had I taken my time like I did with that frog. And I made a really long cast, and I was working a grass line, and it felt like forever to get it back. And then about halfway back, I mean, it was just a massive blow up, and I was like, oh, please let it be a bass.
Yeah, I mean, you got it in. It was the biggest fish of the day across the KFL, and it was definitely a beauty.
Nice. Yeah, those are always fun to catch, man. It's on a frog. I had lost one a little bit before that, so I was when it's a big fish like that, it was pulling pretty hard. So I was like, just please stay on. I was like,
yeah.
Hey,
so big win for the Rough Riders. You guys are now, what's the record? Are you guys 1-2?
No, 2-1.
2-1.
2 wins, 2 wins. Yeah. 2 wins, 1 loss.
That's huge to stay pace down in the South with your guys' rivals down there and the other Texas team, and they're under a contested match, so we're gonna have to see how that plays out. And they could be 2-1 or they could be 3-0. So we'll have to see how that goes, and that'll be all figured out later on. But man, awesome start for you guys. Hogs guys, got to keep grinding, man. And it's unfortunate, start. Are you guys 1-2 or 0-3? I don't remember.
0-2.
0-2.
0-2. 0-2.
Yeah,
0-2. You did have that bye week. My apologies. So you guys, who do you guys got next week, Hogs?
We have the Hurricanes up on Hamilton.
And that's this coming week, right?
That's this coming week, yeah.
And Hamilton's one of your home leagues, correct?
Yes, yeah.
So how you guys feeling, your confidence level with them coming in, and hopefully you guys can get on the board and get to 1-2?
Really good. We're feeling really good about Hamilton. Like I said, you announced Garrett Morgan coming on.
Yes, I did.
He'll be fishing Hamilton. He'll be fishing Hamilton with Corey Hopper, which is that's his lake. And we have Larry Hollis and Joel Spear coming on. So we have a solid team going up there in Hamilton. So we're going to be 1-2 in the next week.
I like it. I like that confidence, and that's key. get to 1-2 and just and grind it out with the rest of. There's a lot of teams out here that are 1-2 in the league, and just because you're 1-2, you're not out of it. But you gotta look up from here. But Hogs, awesome to have you guys, and didn't get it this time, but go get it on Hamilton. You guys want to thank anybody?
I just want to thank the Rough Riders, man. They were class acts. We went out and had dinner with them. Good guys. We look forward to having them up to Conway here in a few weeks.
Likewise, guys. Appreciate it.
Shout out to my wife. All the support she gives me. Lets me come do what I love. Love you, babe.
Yeah, I mean, I know most of the Southeast Texas. I know Caleb, and I fished with Rolando in tournaments. I never actually met him or Maccabee, but I met them today. But I fish with Caleb pretty often, so I know them all because we're all in the same area. So
Yep.
But yeah, I was and Lisa's on the team, and so I kept trying to Lisa, what are they throwing? Come on, what are they throwing? I know you know. I know they're putting it up. Come on, tell me what they're throwing.
Lisa ain't giving up the juice on her team.
She wouldn't give it up, but I still caught a fish. Hey, it's one more than what she said I was going to catch. She told me I was going to catch
She put you on
0.
nothing. Wow.
Huh?
She's usually worried about jinxing you and saying you're going to do good or bad.
Yeah, well,
she just told you.
she kept saying, you're not going to catch nothing. You're not going to catch anything.
Jeez.
And I said, all right.
How about that love and support?
Yeah. So I was like, well, at least I caught one more than what you said I was going to catch.
Is that Preston back there?
That's Preston.
Yeah, Preston.
Being quiet back here.
Say something, Preston. Speak up for the Hogs, man.
You want to thank anybody? Not really. No.
He ain't thinking nobody.
Brian,
We had a rough day, man.
I lost a pair of rays. In Caddo.
Brian Whitehouse, if you're listening, Scott Robertson lost some rays, so had to get him hooked up.
Hey.
Warranty replacement.
Yeah. I was reaching back to grab a different rod, and I looked up, and the rays were sitting on top of my head, and I watched them sink. And I was like, should I grab them? Maybe they'll float. That was my thought. I was like, maybe they'll float. No.
They do have some pair that they have pair that float, but you got to get the right pair.
Well, I didn't buy those. So whatever.
You bought the anchors, the raised anchors.
Yeah, I should have tied it on and then used that as my anchor. Well, like I said, I lost a rod, so I got to make myself a new rod too. Broke one of those.
Yeah. Hey, well, Arkansas Hogs, man, thanks so much for coming on with us. Robert, you want to say anything to him before we let him go?
Thanks for coming on, peoples. I'm sorry you lost a rod, bro. That sucks.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'll just go make me another one.
Can I go down? Where you got a Latin loan where you lost that one rod? I'll go get that one if you're going.
No, I broke it. It broke. So I was caught in the hydrilla, and I was paddling out. And as I was paddling out, I laid my rod down, and I have a pedal drive, and the pedal drive actually cranked around as I was paddling back, and it snapped the rod as I was paddling back.
Damn. Oh.
Okay. I wasn't paying attention because I was just trying to get out of the hydrilla in the wind. And as it came around, it snapped the rod.
Well, that sucks, man.
I'll give you the broken rod if you want. I mean, I'll give you that one.
Put a new eyelid on it.
Maybe I could probably turn it into like a grilling utensil or something.
Yeah. Duct tape and bubble gum.
Yeah. Hey, Preston. Hey, Preston, sweet beard, bro.
Thanks.
Can I borrow it?
You got to take a while to get the Joel's level, but yeah.
He's trying to catch up to Joel. He's trying to catch up to Rip here.
Yeah.
Good luck,
Preston. Hey, Preston, don't take it that hard, brother. You're all right, man.
It's pretty sweet. Preston don't like losing.
No, he don't. You can tell he don't even want to be on camera. He's about to fight.
Literally back there swaying like, how long y'all gonna make me stay here right now? Like, you done said bye like 3 times, but you're still here. So.
Dragging it on.
We're glad to have you on the squad, Preston, and Arkansas Hogs. You know, go out there and get that W, and we'll look forward to talking to you maybe in a better light next week.
Definitely
right.
better luck.
Y'all good night.
You too, man.
All right, see you guys. Hey, how about Rolando, JR, Caleb? You guys got anybody you want to thank before we let you guys go? And congratulations on getting that win.
Yeah, man.
Oh, go ahead, Rolando.
Shoot, I forgot. Outdoor Alphas, and that's where I get my tackle in San Antonio. And J Rod's custom rods and repairs. I've already got 6 rods replaced with him, so I appreciate that. Good rods he makes here in San Antonio.
Nice. We got
Mr. Maccabee. Oh, my bad, Caleb.
Oh no, JR can go.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Outdoor Alphas and 43 Realty. They support us, and great group of people. And Kistler Rods, they make a great rod. They allow me to put more fish in the boat. And they're a high dollar custom rod out of Texas. So, and then my wife, without her watching our daughter, I couldn't be able to do these events. So, definitely helps out a lot.
Hell yeah, man. It's the women that make it possible for us to do it.
Caleb?
Yeah, of course, the team sponsors, like they said, Outdoor Alpha and 43 Realty. And then I've got Pride Rods made here in Conroe. You've been using them. And then I was using a lot of, not sponsored by them or anything, but doing a lot of flipping and pitching, getting bites with, there's a stank stick you put on the baits, and it seemed like I only got bit when I had that on there. So, so them, and then the team really, the group that we had fishing out there was real good about talking. We had a lot of good teamwork and scouting and everything going into it. So I think we did a good job as a team, and glad those guys showed up and did good.
Yep.
That's key to have good communication, and you're gonna. The better teams are going to have that communication, and you're going to notice that. So that's a good job on your guys' behalf.
Yeah, congrats on a dub, fellas.
Appreciate it, guys.
Go out and do it again next week.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we're gonna try. That's for sure.
All right, guys. Southeast Texas Rough Riders. There you go. They got the W over the Hammers, or the Arkansas Hogs today. So. Let's get into this other matchup where we got guys waiting. Let's get Katucci and Lacasse.
Chris Young, the sniper, you're here.
Sleeping.
I know we had to wake him up.
Rhode Island Rebels growing to be a team, a team to root for, a team that's got a lot of charisma, got a lot of great anglers on their team. Was able to come out today and just lay the smack down, protect home water. 169 inches over base state attacks, 80 1/4. It was a treat to see, but to go out there and win by almost 90 inches has got to feel good.
Oh, it feels real.
Yeah, I got bad feedback from somebody.
Yeah, I got some feedback. I think it's coming from Chris. Sniper, you getting some feedback, bro?
No, it might be Justin.
No, it's not the Sniper. It's Justin.
Yeah, hey, we'll just mute you, Justin, until we talk to you, if that's cool.
Yeah, it's definitely Justin.
We'll figure it out. He knows what he's doing.
Hey, so Rhode Island Rebels, man. Hey, who are the Rhode Island Rebels? I don't know who the.
Hey, the Godfather just said so. As
Justin Lacoste, obviously, big bass Lacoste today. Me, and we got Joe Brancato and Toby Bonoyer.
I don't know any of those guys. Like they sound like they sound like a bunch of bums. Nah, man. Honestly, man. When I got to do the interviews for all the teams, man. Your energy from your team was just awesome. I was just like, hey, young ladies, bring it down. Thank you, love you. Sorry, my daughter's having a sleepover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man, the energy from the team, and then like I love the fact y'all was like, hey man, you guys gonna know who we are. We're angry with everybody. Y'all gonna find out who we are. And the sniper, Greg Crass, he named every last one of you, every last one of them for all of you guys. Household names.
But the thing is Katucci once again was the big man on campus for a squad. Justin was right there behind him. But Chris, you had a top 10 bag in the league this week again. You had an 18.5, a 17.5, a 15, a 15, and a 14.5 for 80.5 inches of your team's 169. So you almost had half your team's limit. How's it feel to come out and perform and get a top 10 bag in the league again?
I mean, honestly, the fact that I didn't flip my kayak this morning is a miracle. The current was unbelievable.
Wow.
We've been getting rain almost every day in the afternoon, and we got like 3 inches of rain when this tropical passed through. And when I say the water was up 3 feet, it was up 3 feet, and the current was cranking at about 4 or 5 miles an hour, I'd say. So it was some pretty ridiculous conditions, and I decided I was going to try and go up the river and fish some calmer backwaters, but to access them, I had to go through a couple bridge abutments, which they're no longer bridges, but they're pinch points. And when Justin couldn't even make it through. It was ridiculous. I was just going to send it and try, but basically I ended up ruling it out. On the way out, I almost lost control of my kayak, flew into a laydown that normally would be out of the water. The water was so high in the water, and like I just luckily skirted right by as the current was pushing me like 5 miles an hour. And yeah, after that I was like, I'm not going back in the river. But I ended up fishing. You know, Justin, he cracked a big one off the bat. I mean, give him a lot of credit because the first fish is always the toughest fish to catch, especially in a situation where you got really unfamiliar conditions. I mean, I've been fishing Upper Slatersville, the lake that we fished, for 10 years, and I've never seen it in the condition that it was today. So, you know, I came out of the river and whatever, and I saw in our group text, you know, he got a big one. And Greg thought 4-pounder, but that thing was 21 inches. 5 seconds. I mean, you know, let him tell you about how he caught that.
Yeah, Justin, tell us about that nice 21, and then you also had a nice 15.5 and an 18 3/4 to help your squad out, man. There was all 3 key fish for your team today.
Yeah, I mean, my original plan when I got there was to fish a buzzbait. It works really well around the mouth of that river. I wasn't expecting the current to be the way that it was, but there was some eddies right there, so I figured I'd fish those eddies in the grass. In second cast with the Terminator stainless steel buzzbait, and that fish just blew up on it. Greg was in the background. He's yelling, "Was that a pike?" Because the blow up was just so huge. And I was just thinking to myself, please be a bass. And obviously it was. Nice 21-inch fish. It got us real pumped up just to have a teammate there to watch it happen with you, and the adrenaline rush of you at the same time. And then we communicate. You know, I saw Chris, so I told him how I caught that fish, and it keyed him into those flooded grass lines with a little bit of current going across them. And then he was Chris catches numbers. You guys know it. You see it every week. He catches a lot of fish. And just to give him that type of information that could help him out so he could catch more fish was great. There's a flooded flat next to the mouth of that river. I went there on some current, going across that flat and hit that 15.5. I actually missed it on the buzzbait and then immediately Stanley top toed in there, gave it a couple twitches over that same spot, and that 15.5 blew up on it. So the key was just finding them. They were aggressive. They wanted to eat. It was just finding them. You had to find the right current, the right type of grass that they were on. And then that was I only had 2 other bites after that. I mean, I went probably 4 hours without a bite. And then I got that 18.75 when I went out to the main lake where there was some wind. So, I mean, I throw a spinnerbait a lot. So once the wind kicks up, I mean, I put the spinnerbait in my hand and I won't put it down because the spinnerbait will catch big fish. And 18.75 just slacklined me at the end of the day. And that was pretty much the nail in the coffin. I mean, yeah, we felt we had it won at that point anyways, but that 18.75 just put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I mean, way to come out and be a star for your team once again, as well as Chris does. And the Rhode Island Rebels, dude, honestly, my favorite team in the league. I love you guys. I love DeCenzo and Catucci, Justin, freaking. I ain't never got to meet you yet, but I can't wait, dude. You're obviously a hammer. And these 2 guys right here, if you guys watching KFL, and you guys don't know what this is, team format, 4v4, travel all over the country, and 10 best fish win. And Justin Lacasse and Chris Catucci are 2 superstars in our league, and it's awesome to have you guys, man.
Yeah, man, it's awesome to be there. And I mean, Chris is a lot younger than me. I mean, I have a son almost his age. Chris has taught me more about fishing than anybody has taught me in my entire life. Chris is an absolute stick, and I mean, he's young, 25 years old. I mean, he's gonna go places, and he just makes me a better angler. I mean, fishing with him the past 4 years on the local trail, I mean, has made me that much of a better angler. Because I mean, he kicks our ass every week in our regular tournaments. At our local clubs, so it just makes you want to go out there and beat him and beat him and beat him. And so, Angler of the Year race, I mean, it's always me and him bashing head to head at the end of the season.
Hey, I gotta ask, where can I get a hat like that? Is that a snapback or is that fitted? Because that is sharp.
It is a snapback. I'm sure DeCenzo can hook you up.
I'm gonna have to reach out to Johnny and have him shoot me one of those over.
Oh yeah, we're repping now.
Oh yeah, you gotta put it on too. That's a good looking hat. I love that hat.
Hey man, you ain't finna do that. Hey Godfather, if you sending out a hat, man, I better be the first one to get one. Forgot I was.
Like I said.
Hey Justin, I got a question, man. Just because I'm trying to be better at this, man. How do you actually pronounce your last name, or are we saying it correctly?
Lacasse.
Lacasse? Okay, cool. I don't even call Chris by his last. Chris is the sniper, man. He's a sniper. I seen him make that one cast with that damn frog, man. I was just like, that's.
Today he was throwing frogs with the overhangs today, and I was just like, how do you get it in there? Like, it's insane.
I'm gonna tell you, I ain't never seen a dude so confident. He'll look you in the eye and say, "Ain't nobody here gonna outcast me and put it in the spot. I can put it in it."
Hey, listen, we had whatever. There was like an hour and a half left, and I'm just skipping this like it's a rock. You know, I was dialed in. Once you get like kind of going and you kind of get in that zone where you're passing all of them are spots, you feel like, I don't know, that confidence builds. And I'm telling you, I didn't even see the frog because, you know, we're fishing some crazy flooded stuff today. It was insane. I can't even see the frog, but I heard something. I set the hook. It was a 15-incher, and that was our limit fish. And I just texted the group. I was like, all right, we got 10 now. And it was funny.
That's
just
crazy
doing that.
Like Todd said, man, y'all a bunch of degenerates that are superstars, and I love every member of your team.
Hey,
I like talking to y'all. I like rocking with y'all.
Savages.
we got live today.
I ain't hear you, Chris. What'd you say?
Sorry.
What'd you say, Chris? I ain't hear you.
You hear me? Lance brought me on live today, and I'm telling you, within 3 seconds of him bringing me on live, I'm tight to a fish. He was trying to give me crap about the leggings, whatever. But hey, that conversation ended immediately.
That's my boy D-Day, man.
He always brings up something about them leggings though. The white ones,
man.
right?
Hey, I wasn't. The thing is, dude, the sun takes the energy out of you.
It does.
Right? Would you agree or disagree?
Oh yeah.
Agreed.
Oh yeah.
Agreed.
So the fact that I wear those stupid leggings, my legs aren't getting cooked, and I'm fishing harder than someone that isn't.
Yeah. It's smart.
That's true.
It's smart.
That's true.
It's
I
smart.
don't wear them. I don't wear them because I don't look good in them. So that's why I don't wear them.
I was wearing leggings every fucking game. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to swear.
No,
sorry,
you're good.
you're a New Englander. We understand.
Yes, no, I'm pissed about it because you want to give me shit. I'm just gonna keep catching them. All right.
Well, there you go. That's why we rock with the Rhode Island Rebels, man. Hey, great win, man. Expect great things out of you guys. I really
who you guys
would like
got
to
next?
thank you guys.
We got right.
Who?
Pennsylvania at home.
Pennsylvania
At
at
home.
home.
Yeah.
What lake?
Big chance for you guys to go what 3-1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What lake?
That'd be huge.
Stump Pond, also Wonosquatucket Reservoir. It's got multiple names.
Okay. All right. Y'all better not lose because I need y'all to be a 1-loss team when I come to the playoffs and make you a 2-loss team. All right.
I think I'm sitting this one out because me and that place don't get along very well.
I understand. I'm sitting my next one out because me and that place don't get along very well. Appreciate you guys, man. Sorry we made you wait so long, Chris. We saw you napping. I had to wake you up.
He looked like he was studying for a test or something.
I know, right? Y'all. Hey, thanks for coming on, guys, and rocking with us, man. Always.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
You guys got any shout outs before we let you go? Any sponsors, anything like that?
Yeah, I'm on a Hoopy fishing team. Like that kayak potentially saved my life today. So huge shout out to them. Honestly, if I'm in a different kayak, that current rolling in that river, if I end up in down, who the heck knows what? Because it was dangerous and scary. That's why I get out of there. But shout out to them and also Costa sunglasses.
Rock. All right. Jay?
FX custom rods, loose reels, best gear in the game.
I caught my fish on FX.
I
used to have FX. I used to be on the squad for a little bit.
Yeah, great rods for the money.
They are. Yep.
And lifetime warranty. So great stuff there. Lose reels. I mean, everything was Lose makes a great reel, great product. Stand behind their customer service. Old Town. Yeah, that's it. I can't think.
Lose reels are probably my favorite. It's probably a tie. All of Lose reels is probably like a tie with the SLX line for me. I love Lose reels, man. I love them. I only like the SLXs for my flipping and pitching, well, flipping and jig.
The new pitching and skipping reel, man. You got to try that out.
Well, see, I'm not fancy like you people. You know what I'm saying? With all these sponsors and all this great stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm poor, man. I live in a 1-bedroom shack. All right. I need some help. I need some sponsors. Something. Sniper, help me out, bro.
Hey, man. Start sniping. That's how you get them.
The Navy don't pay me. All right. No, I'm joking. Appreciate you guys, man. Y'all have a good night, man. Let you get some rest.
Yeah, we got a tournament tomorrow, 5 8 in the morning.
Oh boy!
And they still rocked with us. I appreciate you guys. Chris is like, I forgot about that.
Big fan, Todd.
Hey,
all right, man. Y'all
great having you guys, man.
Thanks for having us on.
Well, we only got one angler in the wing works right now, and we'll just bring him on. We know what matchup this is, Todd.
Yeah, we do. This is our last matchup to talk about too. So this is
the wild
Travis
card.
Belcher.
Nah, you better call him by his name. He's the wild card. All right.
I don't get it. What's the nickname come from? What's the premise? Where's the origin?
You want to tell him? Or you want me to tell him?
Go right ahead. I'm driving.
You ain't never watched It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? All right, there's an episode with Charlie Day. You know who Charlie Day is?
No.
Have you seen Horrible Bosses?
Nuh-uh.
All right, Todd, you're killing me here. Anyway, he's a character, all right? And in this one episode, he's the wild card. He does crazy shit, you know. And this one episode, they're driving in a van, and dude tries to hit the brakes to stop the van, and the brakes don't work. And he's like, why are the brakes not working? And Charlie Day, who's the wild card, he's like, because I cut the brakes. Wild card. And he jumps out of the back of the van. Travis does crazy shit, man. You never know. And our preseason matchup with the Warhawks, he's doing an interview with Greg, and his kayak is floating down the lake behind the camera. Who knows how that happened? Yeah. Who knows how that happened? He's the wild card, bro.
That's funny. Hey, Travis, man, how's it feel to get that? How's it feel to get that W? Before we talk about the W, the Washington Warhawks came back at the end. I think there was like 3 or 4 fish caught in the last hour, and there was like 3 fish caught in the last like 15 minutes.
So they only caught 3 fish, and I think all 3 were caught in the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, maybe that's
actually besides Will's first fish. Will's first 17, I think, was caught in the last.
That's right, 17 in the quarter, and then 2 fish were caught in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But the privateers got the W. They were able to get 7 fish total. If my math is right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fish total. Wow. 89.75 inches to 49.75 inches for a 40-inch win. Giving the Washington Warhawks an 0-3 start, and the Privateers a 2-0 start. So that's got to feel good. Robert and Travis, tell us about how that feels, and how does it feel, because arguably Washington Warhawks were kind of your guys' like rival. So how does it feel to bury them and give them 0-3?
I'll say that it's bittersweet, really, honestly, man, because we were smashing it in pre-fishing, bro. When I tell you smashing it, I mean smashing it. Like, damn near everybody who was pre-fishing was catching 90-inch bags.
That's crazy.
And then that tropical storm came through and dumped 6 inches of rain. Muddied up all the water, raised the lake level like, it was like a foot, maybe a foot and a half, Travis?
Yeah, it was definitely up pretty good compared to where we were pre-fishing.
And then the current was crazy strong. It changed things. I talked to the Warhawks because I'll let you guys know when you come to the home games for the Privateers. More than likely, we're gonna have a shindig. You're gonna eat some good home cooked food, smoked, grilled. We got Oriental because my boy Ray is a beast. All right, he makes great Oriental food. I rock with the grill. Travis, the wild card, is like he's like a meld of different things. And James is like the Whisperer is like a beast with like appetizers. You should have had these poppers. But anyway, so I smoked some meat. Travis brought over some ribs. Other people brought some beans and potatoes and poppers, and we were rolling out the red carpet for the Warhawks. You know what happened? They stood us up, bro. Except for Will. I would tell you, Will the Beast Brewer showed up. But Greg Nosar, Bobby Big Gun Morin, Dustin Arms, they're all like, I drove like X number of hours to get here, and I was on the lake till like 7, 8 o'clock at night because I wasn't catching no fish. So we're not gonna come. And Will got off the water at like 7, and he was like, "I'm on my way, dog. I'm on my way, bro."
Wow.
He came. We fed him. We drank. We partied. We had a great time, and then we went out on the water and beat him down the next day. I say beat him down. I don't really like it because we didn't catch a limit, and we should have. I literally lost. I caught a limit. Well, I hooked a limit myself. I lost like 7 or 8 keepers. 2 of them were over 20. I fished horribly today. I boated 3, got on the board, and I lost like 7 or 8. I fished terrible today. Absolutely terrible. And I caught one on a jig. It wasn't a jig bite. I tell you, in practice, it was a jackhammer bite and a jig bite on rocks. Today, it was a flipping matted grass in the holes, like the holes in the matted grass, with a crack and crawl on a 3/8 ounce Texas rig with a flipping hook. That and thanks to my boy Jim Louvier, I tried out a power shotting today. I learned a lot, but I lost most of my fish on the power shot, and it's because I was using the wrong gear. Absolutely.
Okay.
I should have been using a heavier rod. I should have been using braided line, and I was using fluoro, shorter rod, and this rod had an extra fast tip. Just not good for grass. So every fish pulled off for me in the grass.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my day. What's up, man?
I sent Greg an invite and his squad, but
he's probably Bobby's still driving. He's driving back to Florida.
Bobby's leaving in the morning.
Oh, is he leaving in the morning? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Greg actually just bought me dinner. We had dinner, some Mexican. So
I was wondering why you're still driving, because I've been home for like 2 hours, and he lives down the road pretty much.
well,
So go ahead and tell him
offered
about
to
your
buy
day.
dinner.
Go ahead and tell him about your day, bro.
So right off the bat, like I had a pretty good bite and current for pre-fishing on a set of docks. So that's where since I knew all this rain was coming and I knew there was gonna be some good currents, that's where I wanted to start. My first 2 docks, I milked out every single post, every angle from a jig to a worm, everything on it, and didn't get anything off the first 2 docks. But then when I got to my third one, I actually ended up catching 3 fish off of like 2 pylons. Only one was a keeper. So that I moved up a little more shallow, and once that happened, I figured it's going to be lights out because I started getting numbers. And I figured it was just a matter of time until I came across that big one, which didn't happen. So then I moved on up into this cove, which the water jumped almost 15 degrees or so. I was in 77 out in the river, but once I got in the cove, it was 93.
That was crazy, right? Because in that little, where I was fishing, where I was, it was like 91. As soon as I went back out to the river section, it was like 76.
And but I found this deep hydrilla that I was going to fit, like 6 foot, and it came up to like 3.5, 4 foot, and I was marking fish out the edge of it and stuff. So I started working it, trying, pop chatterbait through it, worm, all that stuff, just trying, figured they were going to be in it. Nothing. So then I came off the edge of it even more. There was a point where the L ran up, and I got a deep diving square bill, and like 34th cast in, it got hammered, and I got about 2 cranks in, the line just breaks. So I don't know. I couldn't tell you if it was, a pike or what, but it broke me clean off. So then I was just frustrated. So then I moved back out, and then I went down through the docks and all that stuff again. Just maybe, a different angle, if they reloaded or something within the last hour. Nothing again. So I completely changed plans, changed gear, all this stuff, changed colors, and went out to Main Lake. And one of the points that I was being productive on constantly through pre-fishing, I went to it, And first cast with it off of that about 10 foot of water, I caught that 16. And I was like, brilliant. It's gonna be lights out now. And I went points all the spots where I was catching fish and pre-fishing, and I was marking them there like 10 foot. And I couldn't get another bite in deeper water. So then I moved back up to the shore, and I missed two because I cast up, work at nothing, I wasn't paying attention, and next thing I look up and the line's moving off to the right, and I set the hook and just get a little weight, and then it pops out. So I don't know if it was small fish, bluegill, or what, but then right towards the end of the day, I had one literally snag the bait right. I worked it all the way back to the kayak, and I left a couple foot of it hanging out off the end of the rod, and I started messing with the fish finder, looking at the maps to move, and all of a sudden I see the rod slam down, and the line started moving underneath the kayak, and then pull up on it and miss it, and it was just hanging in the water beside the kayak. So
the lake fish.
After that, what's that?
No, go ahead. Wild card.
Besides that, after that, I went to try to find Nate Green because he kept on dropping out on live, and I just want to see what if he was having any issues or what was going on, just make sure if there was a fish that he needed to submit or something we could help out. Got over there, and his phone overheated and shut off. So then I kind of stuck close to him and a code beside him in case he did catch something. And I was marking a bunch of fish off points. I can literally watch them feed up and down on baits and everything, and nothing I threw I could get them to hit. But that was pretty much my day there.
Yeah, Todd, man, I'll tell you, Todd, the lake fished super tough today for no reason. For no reason. Well, I ain't gonna say no reason, but it fished super tough. I expected coming into this, with our practice and how many different ways we were catching them, I expected it to be like a high scoring matchup from both teams.
Oh yeah. I mean, you went out and put your integrity on the line yesterday and said, "Hey, we're going to throw up numbers, man." And it just didn't happen for you guys, man. That storm came through, water rose, like you said, current picked up, water muddied up. I saw the water clarity and was just like, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, man. But we had a great time hanging out with Will Brewer from the Warhawks, not the Warhawks, but Will Brewer from the Warhawks. So next team, I think the next visiting team we have is the Casters. Is it the Casters wild card? I think it's the Casters.
Is it the Casters or is it the Tar Heels?
No, it's the Lunkers. It's the Lunkers on the Chickahominy River. Yeah, Matt Dunn on Chickahominy River. Hey, when y'all come up, man, we're gonna do some things. I think Wildcard offered up his spot on the beach for this next one, so we'll have you over. We'll have a good time the day before, and then we'll go out and beat you down in the water the next day.
Hey man, way to get that W. Way to go 2-0. That's key. That's huge, and you're in the driver's seat for the rest of the season to be in that spot. And congratulations on the W.
Appreciate it, man. It feels pretty good, even though we didn't fish very well.
A win's a win, but I wish we could have got it in a different way.
Yeah.
And then just barely getting by.
Yeah, man. But I'll take it. It doesn't matter if you win by inch or a mile. Winning's winning. I'll take it. But appreciate you coming on, Travis. Hey, stay awake. You look like you're shaking your head. Stay awake while you drive.
I actually just watched a guy drive off the side of the road.
Oh no!
He took the ramp, but cut into the grass and drove back on the road.
Oh, okay.
It's over here by Willoughby, so.
Oh, so you're already back in the right area. All right, never mind. You're almost home. Appreciate you coming on, bro. I sent it out to everybody, but you're the only one to come on, so
Any sponsors, anything like that, man?
Yeah. Talk about Strictly. You know who you gonna bring up?
Oh, sponsors?
Yeah.
Strictly Sail. They've been taking care of me from day one with everything. I got Blue Rock Tackle, Bull Bay Rods. They've been supporting me this year. They've been phenomenal rods. I'm glad they reached out and and offered me a little hand with everything. And then Blue Rock Tackle, even Jigmaster there, liked some of his stuff. So
Make good jig. He does. I'd like to say thank you to our team sponsors, man. We got Just Football Jigs. We got Hidden Treasures Bait and Tackle. All these are all like small businesses, bro. And then we have a new sponsor coming on who's pretty big, but I'll save that one for a later date. Has something to do with what type of objective you want to make. Maybe it's one objective, maybe it's two objectives, but I always like one objective. But
might have heard of them a little bit.
Might have heard them a little bit. That's it, man. And thank you to the Warhawks. They made it fun, especially with all the. First off, those guys when you face the Warhawks, they are really good at memes. All right. I don't know if Greg has a lot of time on his hand and Will has a lot of time on his hand, but these guys are like meme gods. All right. I tried to get into meme war with them. I lost because I used to call it a meme. That should tell you where I'm at on memes. Yeah, meme. But there's one great meme going out by one Gmo, Mark Gmo. You need to look at it. It's got our hype man. It's got a bunch of L's on a fish finder, and it's talking about Washington about to take this third L. It was 3 L's, 1, 2, 3, and now Bobby Big Gun Morin, you got to shave the K and the F out of your head and just leave the L.
Oh man!
Wow. Appreciate you for doing this, Todd. I love you, man. Appreciate it.
It's man, I have fun, man. This is what it's fun, man.
Yeah, man. That's good. This is our first time broadcasting, just me and you, man.
And it's 2 hours and 20 minutes in.
I know, right?
That's a long KFL tonight. We're going to take you into KFL tomorrow if we don't stop.
And that's the perfect ending right there. KFL tomorrow.
Next we're going to be KFL After Dark.
I know.
Oh, no. Well,
I'm not doing that one.
On that episode.
I'm not doing that one.
You can run that one. Hey, wild card, that's all you, bro.
Hey, you heard it, Greg. Wild card just volunteer for KFL After Dark.
Let's do it.
He's all down. He's down.
Rated W for wild card, I guess. I don't know. It's getting late.
It's getting weird.
It's getting weird. My wife walked by and was like, I'm going to bed.
Hey, we need to hurry up and get off here so we can watch Conor McGregor get knocked out.
I ain't watching that. My wife looked at me. She said, I'm going to bed.
No, I'm just kidding.
Watching no damn Conor McGregor. I'm going to bed.
I got to work tomorrow.
I don't have to work tomorrow. I'm going to be on here. Oh, make sure you tune in tomorrow, guys. I know this is KFL tonight, but tomorrow, KBT National Championship, Matthew Connett, Blake Power. Going to be a
fun matchup.
Going to be a fun matchup. Tune in to KBT. Watch that tomorrow. KFL tonight is out. We're not going into KFL tomorrow because that's like 17 minutes away. So we're not doing that. Y'all have a good night. Thanks
for tuning in. KFL Week 3 is done. A lot of teams are 1-2. A lot of teams are 2-0. A lot of teams are 2-1, and some teams are whatever they are. So it's been a good one. The grind is on. Some teams are backs against the wall and can't afford to back up any farther. So we'll have to see how Week 4 goes. Tune in next week. Week 4, KFL.
I will say this, Todd. I don't think you can recover from 0-3. I'm just saying.
I don't think it's possible.
No, not make it to the playoffs. All right, man. I'll let you.
See you.